your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. It's your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
Welcome to your 2018 astrology updates for solar and lunar eclipses, blood moons, and zodiac angels presentation. 2018 is sure to be a very eventful year, having 3 solar eclipses, 2 lunar eclipses, 2 supermoons, 2 blood moons, and 1 blue moon. Total lunar eclipses, blood red moons, occurring on Jewish holy days have special significance to many rabbinic and Christian academics. Now here's a list of some modern experts on blood moon theory, and these experts focus a lot on prophecy, biblical prophecy. Now, the Jewish academics are Rabbi Jonathan Cahn, Rabbi Amram Vaknin, and the Christian academics of note are Pastor Mark Blitz and Pastor John Hagee. So you can check out their work if you want to check out a lot of the prophetic types of blood moon theory. Now, supermoons and blood moons, the 2018, again, it kicks off right away with the January 1st, so right away, New Year's Day, full moon, supermoon in the sign of Cancer the Crab. Now that's going to be here. Cancer the Crab, this is Leo, this is Cancer. So you have Aries is the natural first house. We have Taurus, the natural second house. We have Gemini, the natural third house. Cancer, the natural fourth house. Leo, the natural fifth house. We have Virgo, the natural sixth house. Libra, the natural seventh house. On to Scorpio is the 8th, Sagittarius the 9th, Capricorn the 10th, Aquarius is the 11th, and Pisces the 12th. Again, that's on a natural chart. So that's how it breaks down. Now also, for the sign of Cancer, the Crab, it's associated with the Hebrew month of Tammuz. So that's on January 1st. And that's the natural 4th house of hearth, home, and family. Zodiac angel Muriel of the sign of Cancer and planetary angel of Luna, or the moon, being Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, are angelic beings to invoke or invoke, or some say evoke. So you invoke into yourself, you invoke into a sacred space or magical circle, and you evoke if you want to call upon the angelic being during this sublime event. Now, invoke, again, it means to bring it into yourself. It's like taking on a god form, okay? And invoke, again, a magic circle or a sacred space. You might ask, what the heck is a supermoon? Astrologers often say that a supermoon is a full moon that is so close to Earth that it has an even larger effect upon our planet and her creatures more than a normal full moon. Now, anyone who works in a hospital or any other kind of emergency capacity knows that people and animals are going to act up on a full moon, especially on a supermoon. It's going to be potentiated when Luna gets really close to our Earth. Again, this is how, most astrologers that are going to characterize such an event. Now remember, you've got Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel for Luna. You've got the zodiac angel of the sign of Cancer, the Crab, which is going to be the zodiac angel Muriel. Okay, now regarding the astronomers and the way they traditionally talk about these kind of events, they say perigee, syzygy. So perigee, syzygy. That's of the Earth, Moon, and Sun in their description of such an event. Now, basically, a supermoon is when our moon is at perigee, or in other words, when close to our Earth during any particular orbit. A second and final supermoon occurrence during 2018 occurs on January 31st. Full moon, supermoon, blue moon, and blood moon being a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Leo the Lion in everyone's natural 5th house. That's the natural 5th house of Leo the Lion. And that's the natural 5th house of children and creative projects. Okay, children and creative projects. Now, the zodiac angel Virgil, the sign of Leo, and planetary angel of Luna, or the moon, being again the Archangel Gabriel, are angelic beings to again invoke, or evoke during this spectacular, wonderful event. This occurs on the Hebrew holy day of Tu B'Shavat, which is one of the for Jewish New Year celebrations. Now, the sign of Leo the Lion, and this is the natural fifth house, is the Hebrew month of Av. Okay? So you're going to be having the supermoon is going to be on January 1st for the sign of Cancer, the crab. You're going to have a supermoon, okay? And you're going to have well, we'll get into the solar eclipses later, but the blood moon is going to be also a supermoon, full moon, and a blue moon. That's on January 31st. That's a blood moon in the sign of Leo the Lion. Leo the Lion. And that, again, is on the Hebrew holiday, or holy day, of Tu B'Shavat. Okay? Now, for eclipses and blood moons, January 31st, 2018, we're going to incorporate that again. We just mentioned it, but it's very important, and we're going to give you a little bit more information about it. Again, it is in the sign of Leo the Lion, affecting everyone in the natural fifth house, again, of children and creative projects. Very important. Zodiac angel Virgo of the sign of Leo, planetary angel of Lunar, being the moon. So we want Archangel Gabriel are the angelic forces to invoke or invoke or call upon during this astrological event. Now, this total lunar eclipse occurs, again, on a blue moon. It's also a blood moon. This is during the Hebrew celebration of the New Year of Trees, this blood moon, being Rosh Hashanah Lanot. In Hebrew, it's happening on a minor Jewish holiday, again, of Tu B'Shavat, which is a celebration during which the Jewish month of Shavat on the 15th day of the Hebrew calendar. All right? Now, this is going to be happening on January 31st, and that's the Hebrew month of Shavat on the 15th day of the Hebrew calendar. Now, when I say this is the month of Av, that's not when it occurs. That's the month that's associated with the natural fifth house or with the sign of Leo the Lion and the zodiac angel Virgo. Okay? So those are two different things. Okay, now regarding February 15th of 2018, that is a partial solar eclipse. That is a partial solar eclipse. And this partial solar eclipse is going to occur in the sign of Aquarius, the water bearer. Okay, so that's affecting everyone in their natural 11th house of friends and reputation. Now, the zodiac angel Cambriel, the sign of Aquarius, and planetary angel of Sol, or the sun, being the archangel Michael. The archangel Michael, or Michael, the mighty archangel Michael, he's the archangel of Sol, or the sun, and he is the archangel who you want to either, again, invoke or call upon during this cosmological event. He's the angelic being you want to invoke. Now, the Hebrew word for the sun is Hama. For the sun in the sky, the Hama. And Sol is the Latin word. And for the moon, Levana is the Hebrew word, and Luna is the Latin word for that. So February 15th, it's going to be a solar eclipse. Okay, it's going to be a solar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius. And that is the 11th house of friends and reputation is associated with the 11th, the natural 11th house, and that's of friends and reputation, and that's the Hebrew month of Shavat. Okay, Hebrew month of Shavat that's associated, but that is happening on February 15th. Okay, and that one is not during a holy day. Those are the other ones that we spoke of. Now, July 12th is a partial solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer, the crab. That affects everyone in the natural fourth house of hearth, home, and family. Cancer, the crab, we had the supermoon, but now we're also going to have, later on in the year, we're going to have a partial solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer, the crab. Again, that is everyone's natural fourth house of hearth, home, and family. Now, zodiac angel Muriel of the sign of Cancer, and planetary angel of Sol, or the sun, again, that is the archangel Michael. And these are angelic forces to invoke or invoke or call upon during this astrological occurrence. Okay, now moving on through the year, we go to July 27th, a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius, the water bear, affecting everyone in the natural 11th house of friends and reputation. So this is a total lunar eclipse, and it is again a blood moon. It's a total lunar eclipse, and it's in the 11th house of friends and reputation. And again, the Aquarius and the 11th house is associated with the Hebrew month of Shevat, but this is not happening during that month. This is happening on the Hebrew holiday or holy day of Tu B'Av. It happens on the 15th day of the Hebrew month of Av. That's when it's going to be in Aquarius. Now, again, we said that the 5th house in Leo is associated with Av, but it's happening. That's when it's happening. But it's happening in the 11th house. It's associated with Shevat and Aquarius and friends and reputation. So make those distinctions very important. Again, this is Zodiac angel Cambriel, the sign of Aquarius, and the planetary angel of Luna or the moon being the Archangel Gabriel. So we've got the Archangel Gabriel for the moon, and also we've got you can also call upon the Archangel of all the air signs, because Aquarius is fixed air, the Archangel Raphael. And you can pick up lovely statues like this at the Daughters of St. Paul or Pauline's Books and Media, and that's I've got those here in Honolulu, and you can shop there to get a lot of wonderful. You can even use a garnet rosary to associate with the sign of Aquarius during this event. Garnet, or you can use any kind of amethyst that you might have. That's also something that you can utilize during this event to bring in these angelic beings. And these are the forces, again, to invoke. Again, you got the Zodiac angel Cambriel of the sign of Aquarius, and the planetary angel of Luna of the moon being Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, planetary angel. And these are the angelic forces you want to invoke or call upon during this cosmological happening, this total lunar eclipse. Again, it is a blood moon. It's a blood moon. So this is very, very important that it's a blood moon during the Hebrew minor holy day or holiday of Tu B'Av, occurring on the 15th of the Hebrew month of Av, in the Jewish calendar being Hag HaAhava, having to do with marriage ceremonies. So that's a wonderful day for that kind of thing. Now, August 11th of 2018 is a partial solar eclipse, and that is in the sign of Leo the Lion. Again, that's a partial solar eclipse in the sign of Leo the Lion. That is going to happen here, Leo the Lion, and that's happening on August 11th. August 11th. It's a partial solar eclipse, and that is going to affect everyone in their natural 5th house. It's associated with Leo the Lion in the month of Av. That's going to happen in August. That is going to be in the sign of Leo the Lion, affecting everyone in their natural 5th house of children and creative projects. Now, the Zodiac angel Virchiel of the sign of Leo and planetary angel of Soul, or the sun, being the Archangel Michael, are the angelic forces to invoke or evoke or call upon during this great astrological event. So this is a lot of the very important happenings that are going to be going on and happening during 2018, a very eventful year. For the moon, you can use rosaries, or you can use any kind of stone that's a moonstone. You can also use sunstone for the sun and the eclipses. You can use sunstones, that kind of thing. You can also use peridot for Virchiel, the sign of Leo, 5th house. For the sign of Cancer, the crab, you can use rubies, or you can use some kind of amber associated. I got these again. These I got at Pauline's, and these I had been given to me as a gift. And the rosaries, of course, I got at Pauline's Books and Media. Now, you can also get a lot of great Bibles there too. And we're going to look at some of the Christian astrology Bible verses about supermoons and solar and lunar eclipses and blood red moons. Okay, now the supermoon, we want to refer to the book of Isaiah, and that's 30:26. That's chapter 30, verse 26. In the King James Bible version, we read, the King James Version, "Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days in the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people, and healeth the stroke of their wound." That's for the supermoon. Now for the solar and lunar eclipses, we have the book of Joel, and that's chapter 2, verse 31. In the Webster Bible translation, we read, "The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord shall come." Now for the solar eclipse, you can utilize Daniel 12:1, Webster Bible translation. "At that time shall arise Michael, the great prince who has charge of your people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never has been since there was a nation till that time. But at that time your people shall be delivered, every one whose name shall be found written in the book." Because Archangel Michael associated with the sun, solar eclipse. Now, you can also utilize for solar eclipse Joshua, chapter 10, verse 12, of the Webster Bible translation. We read, "Then spoke Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel, and he said to the sight of Israel's son, Stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon." Now for the lunar eclipses and blood red moons, we have the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 12. In the Webster Bible translation, we read, "And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood." Now for Acts 2, verse 20. In the Webster Bible translation, we read, "The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before that great and notable day of the Lord come." A disclaimer is in order here. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Information found in this presentation and in the documents that are associated with it is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again.